Good morning. So, K-Witch here. Let's look at today's energy. I was shuffling earlier and I had a little blip moment. But here we go. The first card. This is overall energy today. Knight of Pentacles. Handsome man. And what I love about this tarot card, it's like close up. The view is more closed up. So this Knight of Pentacles, he has a calm, grounded look on his face, and there's a clear path ahead of him, and he's all guarded up. He looks very charming. Y'all, when things fall, I'm not gonna look at it because that's not gonna be yours. So yeah, Knight of Pentacles. That's overall energy. You are ambitious. You trust yourself. You are ready for the moment. You're ready for the moment. Ace of Wands. But it came in reverse. Ace of Wands. When it's in reverse, I don't necessarily think it is negative. I feel more like you're subconsciously repelling that energy. So Ace of Wands. Wands is fire, and Wands is something of your power, like a wand, like magic wand, you know. So looking at this card, Knight of Pentacles and reversed Ace of Wands, mean that you are good. You know, like on the surface level, you're ready to go, ambitious, but you're repelling that fire. So it almost looks like you're controlling yourself. You're not gonna try to go too much into whatever you're doing. Like if you're doing something career, if you're here for career or business, or just whatever you're planning on, you are guarded, you are suited, you are good to go, you're ambitious, you have good judgment, and you're ready, you trust yourself, you're ready to go at it, but you have the control. You're not gonna just go like that, you know. You got the wand, but like subconsciously there's still a little bit of work to do to bring that, you know. There's like a two side of you, you know. Like one is very ready, like outside, but deep inside, subconsciously, there's still a little bit of lack of, you know, motivation, like lack of action. So what can we do to address this lack of action? Nine of Swords. Stop worrying. Stop. Just stop. Be confident. You know, don't think too much. Like you're thinking too much. You're thinking like all kinds of scenarios that it's gonna go wrong. So the key is here, everything is gonna go well. Just have immaculate, like humongous, ambiguous trust in yourself, just like the Knight, that you are gonna be okay. And you got the Two of Cups. Cups. And when you look at the Two of Cups, it's almost like collaboration, partnership, but also for overall card reading, I have a feeling like you gotta contain the both sides. You cannot go too much. You cannot go too, but at the same time, you cannot be too reserved. So you gotta stop worrying, stop thinking too much, but contain both of the feelings. There's this thing. So fear. About fear. If you feel fear, like, be used to that feeling of fear. Fear, like, we human beings, we try to name things, label things. What is fear anyway? It's a feeling, it's an emotion that you need to go forward, but you are kind of thinking about the past experience. Oh my God, like I've done this before and I failed at it and I didn't get it done the way I planned, and what about this time? It's gonna be the same thing or even worse. That's fear, right? That's, you're trying to move forward but something is holding you back. So get used to it. Get used to feeling the fear and work with the fear. Fear is not, it's not just holding you back. It's trying to, your head is trying to be logical. Your head is trying to feel like, okay, I want to be smart. I don't want to be dumb this time. But also the fear is a fire from your guts telling you that, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? Like, I want to go, but but go for it anyways. And let's see if the next card comes out as some type of action card. Because fear is different from feeling danger or risk, Obviously, sometimes for me, a lot of people that been through trauma, it's very hard to differentiate between fear and feeling danger. The other day, I actually went to this place called Tillman Ravine. Tillman it's like a state trail, like a mountain, and with lake. I wanted to go there, but it was perfectly beautiful day, but it was a little bit raining. But I drove myself all the way up to go to the trail, and I was determined to go there. But when I got there, there was nobody. Like nobody was hiking. Excuse me. Nobody was hiking. And I saw just one car standing there. Like, these people were talking inside of their car. And I was kind of waiting for them to come out so I can maybe walk with them. But they were leaving. So I was like, and then I saw the sign saying, oh, if you see a bear, like, do not do this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I was feeling kind of, And then I negotiated with myself. I'm like, is this fear? Or is this my body telling me, no, don't go? And I was like, I think it's definitely no go. It's not about fear. It's not about, I can do this, but I'm not doing it. It's a danger, a petite woman like this going into the woods. Differentiate the fear and feeling of warning or risk. How can you do it? How can you listen to your body? For me, it's not always easy, but for me, if it's not familiar, if it's a path that I've never done, and there are certain things that make you sense this is this is like, what am I gonna get by doing this? Like, can I, like, is it like an immediate loss, or like, just think about the results. For instance, just like me going into the forest, like, what am I getting out of it? Like, why am I going in here? I want to experience the forest and experience the wood, like forest bathing and stuff like that. That's why I went there. But if it's not safe, like if it feels like I'm definitely not gonna be happy, like, why am I putting myself in that danger? So, but like, for instance, like, let's say if you're trying to build a business, what am I gonna get out of it? This risk, is it like a life threatening? Like, if you're gambling, like, it's a different story. But business, like, if you're following solid steps, like, it's probably not life threatening. It's really healthy. And even if you failed, the result, if you have the solid foundation, you may not lose your life. So, I mean, the example was kind of, I don't know, I think that's the best advice I can give. Differentiate danger or fear. So if the next card comes out, and I believe it will be an action card, if you're hesitating, should I do this? Should I go for it? Is it a good choice or a good decision? Because that's what the card is saying. You feel you're ready, but you're holding it a little back because of past experience, because of fear of failure, and fear of being shamed. But you are going to have to contain both of those feelings to move forward and acknowledge that these feelings exist and it's inevitable. All right, next card is my choice. Oh, there you go, the Magician reversed. See, you are repelling that energy, that you are the magician. Your words, it gets really hard with life. I gotta tell you, we humans, we feel emotion, especially if you have been through a lot and you have experienced failure, you have experienced, those negative experience. You will feel a certain way, but you gotta know that you are the magician. The card's telling you. You are the magician of your life. You command and it comes. The other day not yesterday, I was scrolling through Instagram and this person was saying what it means by saying abracadabra. Like, have you ever, wonder what it actually means? So abracadabra actually means it create as I speak. It means create as I speak. Abracadabra. So your words, your voice is a tool, is your wand, is your magic wand. And the universe is your general manager, basically. You say, and it does happen as you speak. So we almost absolutely have to always tell ourselves, whatever we say, whatever we put ourselves into feel, whatever emotions we're feeling, that's basically the vibe we are walking in, the vibe we are inviting, so and also, just right before recording this, I was watching this video about this guy helping people to really do self-care. And he invited a woman who actually was feeling like she always attracts those that she needs to fix, and she never gets back the feeling or the love that she gave. And she's wondering, why do I always get those kind of people in my life? And he actually asked her, why do you feel like you got to fix these people? And she said, if I fix them, they're gonna love me back. And he was like, so you are fixing them to be able to feel the same feeling that you gave to come back to you. Why can't you do that for yourself? And she literally asked him, how? And she also said, it feels better when it comes from other people. And I used to think that way, not literally, but I think I used to never know how to be able to tell myself you're fine, you're good, self-caring myself, like the love that the love that I deserve, that I wish I get from my parents or my loved ones or my boyfriend or husband. Along the way, I realized that I can give that to myself. Of course, sometimes you feel lonely. Of course, sometimes you feel like a little company will make your life enhanced with joy, and it's more fun. But I am the one who knows the best about how I love things, how I like to be treated, no matter what I tell my husband. I mean, he's pretty trained by now, but no matter how I tell him, that feeling is not going to be the same as the way I know how it is for me, in reverse. Because the cards are telling you, you are the magician. You are the one who controls your life. You got the magic wand. Why can't you believe it? Or believe it or not. Doesn't matter if you believe it or not. It's happening because that's how it is. You are only gonna experience what you think, what you feel. If you don't think you deserve that big house, if you don't think you can ever achieve whatever it is, you will never. That's the first thing that should be in here to begin anything, or even just to live, It took me a very long time, probably 35 years. I'm 36. Took a long time. And there are some people that miraculously born with it, born with the confidence, born with the self-trust. But some of us have to really work for it or need experience. And that's what's fun, That's what's designed. That's how life has been designed. So yeah. Now let's look at what the results? What will be the results of me trusting myself moving forward? Three of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. That was the result of being a magician. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles means usually you build something with collaboration with people. You are telling the person who's building to manifest, but you got the reverse. Let's look at another card to understand. Okay. I see. So the result of it, sometimes when you don't have trust in yourself, you really listen thinking that other people can help you achieve the goal, the dream, the manifestation, and sometimes you get confused. And if you listen to too many people, I mean, you are taking the steps, but if you listen to too many people, things can go like everywhere. In Korean, there's a old saying: if you have too many captains in the ship will sail into the mountains. Meaning, if you have too many people saying and listen to too many people, like, oh, I'm the expert in this, expert in that, your result is just gonna go somewhere else that you never thought it was gonna be, and not ideal. So this card is saying, trust yourself that you are gonna build an empire. However, in that process, listen to your own voice. The result of it will be obviously flourish. It would have been better if this card came out first, but along the way, be careful not to be swayed by so many people giving you advice. Whatever you are trying to do, like if you are either for your relationship, trust your intuition and know that you're the magician. If you listen to too many advices, not trust yourself, you know where you're going. So make sure that you know the core vision. You keep your core vision. What other people are telling you is just noise, basically. That's what the card is saying. It's just noise. If you're trying to build an empire, if you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to go for a job, listening to too many people's advice, or what the worldly thing for you to do is this, that, like people are saying, oh, out of my experience, this was the best. I'm the expert in this, but this has been the way it is. You're going to have to choose your own path. Listen to their advices, but go for it anyways, knowing that these are people's opinion of the past. Moving forward, you have all this knowledge and you heard it, but still go for what you're going for, because you'll be flourished. You'll be flourished. You're gonna achieve what you want. You're gonna have abundance of love. And if you're looking for money, if your abundance is having a child, many children, if your abundance meant just whatever, everything, If your goal is to sleep well, you will sleep well. If somebody tells you, oh, not to listen to hip-hop music when you're sleeping, it's going to mess up with your nervous system. But if you think that's what suits you, then listen to the hip-hop music anyways. Whatever suits you the best. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Because it's your own world. And it's the cards are saying, if you listen to too many people, the ship's gonna go to the mountain. Cards they're never wrong. And let's look at one more card. Cards, spirits, angels. What do you want to tell us? After all, everything you just showed us. This is a perfect spread, to be honest with you. Cards. What are we bringing after this reading? What are we taking with us? What are we taking with us? Ooh, we are taking the Six of Pentacles reversed. So basically, Six of Pentacles is like a person being very generous, but also with balance. So in reverse, it's telling me you must know who to give your energy to or not. You must, and you're actually doing it. You're doing it, but that's gonna be your challenge. You are going for your desire, your manifestation, like a Knight of Pentacles. You trust yourself. You have a clear path ahead of you, and you are all suited, and you're grounded. However, your deep-seated fear is holding you back. But you know not to think too much. Get in your own way yourself, and getting out of your comfort zone is a must to be able to continue trusting yourself. That's part of trusting yourself, and knowing that two cups exist, the fear and the drive both exist, and knowing that moving forward bringing those fears, acknowledging those fears, that it exists. And you don't need to ignore it, Go with the fear, And also, Magician in reverse tells you that, don't forget, your words are your wands. Your words are your tools. Your words are your spell. Abracadabra. Create as I speak. And not to listen to too many people. Take their advices, but follow your direction. Follow your direction. Follow what you dream. Follow your method. Then you will achieve abundance. You are going to reap what you sow. And moving forward, this is probably after you achieve your goal and satisfaction, or when you're reaping what you sow. Make sure to keep the balance around you, because when you are in that mode of satisfaction, life still moves on. Knowing the balance will always keep you at where you're at and continue to grow you, because this card reading is perhaps for people that have been through a lot of trauma, a lot of things, a lot of codependency, a lot of trauma bonding, because you went through stuff. You may encounter a lot of people or situations that you may have to protect your energy, preserve your energy, because you have a soft heart. Because you've been through stuff, you have a soft heart. So preserving that will be what you take out of this whole reading. And it's literally, and know that there are some energy that you may not want to have around. There are energy vampires, and knowing the balance, knowing that these exist, and protecting yourself and protecting your surroundings, protecting your family, your loved ones from those energy is important as well. Do not overgive. You need to stop overgiving. That's basically what the cards are saying. No more. Keep the balance. And know that there will be people wanting your wealth. Be careful. Like I said, differentiate fear and danger gracefully. Let's get some angel card. By the way, all of the cards that dropped out of the deck that was not meant for you. It's quite interesting. 7 of Swords, Justice with the sword, King of Swords. Oh no, Knight of Swords, 10 of Swords, Ace of Swords. So it almost makes me feel like you have passed. You really went past that too much thinking, too much overhead, you conquered this part, you know? Like, you're putting that overthinking energy somewhere else, which is good. You're doing very good. My angels, my spirit guides, tell us what your angel message is for today. What's your angel message today? What is your angel message today? I feel like, okay, one is here. I'm gonna choose another card. Okay. Okay. This one was the first one. That's the second one. Ooh, make magic. Make magic. Make magic. Make magic. Your desires are in your hands. Your angels say the time is now to create the future. The things you want are not just going to happen on their own. You will need to create them. The steps you take today have a direct link to what happens to you in the future. Sit in a quiet spot and take a 5 deep centering breath. As you inhale, envision supportive energy flowing into you. As you exhale, you know that what you want wants you. This was the card that angels gave. And this one is the one that I chose. Oh, romantic relationships. Okay, some people. Romantic relationships. Reconfigure your loving connections. You're being asked to change up your way of doing things in romance. Whether you're single or in a relationship, your angels would like you to take today to reflect and reconfigure how you go about connecting with others. Give yourself a hug right now and feel the love you have within abundantly flow throughout your body and soul. Reconfigure your loving connections. Well, if you're in a relationship or if you're single, whether or not, romantic relationships, you're being asked to change up your way of doing things in romance. How you go about connecting with others. For me, just briefly sharing what came to me. I've been through so many deceptive people in my life, and a lot of narcissistic traits, because I'm a naturally overgiver, and I was the girl actually I was talking about earlier, the one that wanted to fix others so they can get the love they wanted. I used to be that kind of girl. So, and that child, inner child probably still exists. And that's probably the message angels are giving. Be yourself. No guilt, no guilt at not wanting to come. Like, there are certain situations where sometimes you have to talk to someone, respond to someone, because, just for example, your colleagues. Sometimes there are certain colleagues that you don't really want to vibe, but they're talkative and they come to you and they talk to you, right? For me personally, I don't like to vibe with people that I don't want to vibe. I just don't want to taint my aura. I'm a little cold in that department, but I respect myself for it, because in the past, I just allow these kind of people to come and vibe with me and take my energy, and I will laugh with them. I will smile for them, even though I didn't want to smile, even though I didn't really care about it. I acted like I cared because I'm just a nice person, but I wanted to stop being that way. Like maybe starting like last year or this year, I don't know, like very recently, I started honoring my feelings. I started honoring the way I wanted to do things. And by doing that, it really stopped me from resenting, It really helped me feeling calm and peace. Like, because I'm that type of person. Like, I don't really go around and bother people. Not that these people are bothering people, but like, there are certain people who are always like really hyped up and high tone voice, or they just want to go around and talk to people. But I'm kind of different. I don't. Usually people come to me and want to talk to me, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like I allow them, but I slowly started changing the way I am, because it was putting too much on my shoulder, I don't know, it was just draining my energy. So I stopped doing that, and people will come, and those people will come and tell me, be like, are you okay? Like, you feel a little down, like you feel like you're on the low vibration today. And I'm like, no, I'm in peace. I'm in perfectly fine stage of my life. Like, I'm enjoying myself. You don't get to come and tell me I am on the low vibration just because I don't vibe with you, Some people, for them, being calm and not talking is their high vibration, that's them. Some people, even if they're on the high pitch, like high up, like happy giggly, it could be low vibration. It's very subjective, So I don't know if you resonate with me or not, but yeah, I stopped what should I say? I stopped being nice. I am kind still, I'm not rude, but if they cross my boundary without my permission, why should I give them the benefit of doubt that they're being respectful, and I should give them back the respect? If they didn't respect my space, why should I respect them back? Be very aware of your surroundings, just because, I think you know what I'm talking about, if you're vibing with me. So yeah, that's probably what this is saying. And So that was it for today. Enjoy your Sunday, self-care Sunday. You know, give yourself a hug. Breathe in. Let the supporting universe energy coming through your body. Know that what you're manifesting has already is in front of your eyes. See you next time.